How's it going, people? And welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Tutto Calcio podcast, everybody. Big up to everybody that's going to be watching tonight's show. We have lots to uncover in terms of transfer news, and also we have our special guest, and he's a Palermo fan representing the Serie B over here, so we got Serie B fans. Of course, my long-lost cousin, as everybody's been, putting out on Twitter. Big up to everybody. So smash that like button. You already know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Push notifications as well as the collab feature. Make sure to subscribe to Andre's podcast as well. Make sure to do that as well. And big up to everybody. Of course, Dom, my co-host, brother. How we feeling, bro?
Chilling, man. Ready to kick this off. Start the Monday right. You guys already know we got less than a week till Serie A kicks off. So let's get this.
Yep. Yeah, man. And of course, we have our special guest in the house, Andrea. How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna have a couple questions and stuff like that. Since we are gonna go into the Palermo, we're gonna talk about Palermo for a little bit. But how did you become a Palermo fan?
So I became a Palermo fan through my dad. He's originally from Palermo. Started watching games with him about 20 years ago. So it's been a long time now. I've seen a lot in my time supporting Palermo. Obviously, watched them in all four leagues over the years, but we're climbing back up now, almost back in Serie A. Hopefully this year's the year we make it back.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have been doing well in the Copa, as that was the recent match that you guys played.
Yeah, you've been following, Gio? You've been following, huh?
Hey, listen, long lost cousins. That's what I mean. So I gotta watch. I gotta watch the cousins. So there you go. I just had to also refresh a little bit about Palermo and who do they have as well as they have Pippo Inzaghi as their coach. So hopefully Palermo does make an appearance back in Serie A soon. Definitely. Guys, if you have any questions to ask Andrea, go right ahead.
Yeah,
okay.
I got one. I'm gonna open up real quick. How did you become a Palermo fan?
Well, it was mainly just sort of watching games with my dad when I was a kid. He was a massive Palermo fan. There was also the influence that the 2006 World Cup had. Like every time that tournament is mentioned, I have to tell everyone there were 4 Palermo players in that squad.
Oh, wow.
One of them, Fabio Grosso, played a massive part. Obviously, scored the winning penalty, scored against Germany, put up amazing defensive performances every game, and signed for Juventus shortly after. So yeah, it all sort of stems from the mid 2000s. Really, back then we were in the Europa League pretty much every year as well. So it was very different to how things are now. But there were a lot of great players that I remember from that time. Edinson Cavani being the first that really caught my eye, the first player that I remember being excited to watch. There was obviously Fabrizio Miccoli as well. Later on, Paulo Dybala. But I could go on. There are so many huge names that have played for us. But we haven't really had the money to hold on to them. But now, being in the City group, hopefully we can, if we do get back to Serie A soon, actually keep some of those big names and grow as a club further.
Awesome. Doodle, you had a question?
Yeah. So my question is, name like the best Palermo 11. Like, from all the players that you had, you had some amazing ballers throughout your years. Like, basically name like a best 11 that you can like think of the players that you've watched represent Palermo throughout your lifetime.
Okay, good question. Goalkeeper would have to be Salvatore Sirigu. He's clearly above the rest that I've seen, at least. Right back, Zaccardo, one of the players in Christian Zaccardo, one of the players in the 2006 World Cup. Centre backs, I would have to say Andrea Barzagli. Not just because we share the first name, he was a pretty good defender as well. Other centre back, I would have to go with it's between Kamil Glick and Simon Kjaer. I'm leaning more towards Simon Kjaer. He was really good when he was with us. Left back, Fabio Grosso, as I mentioned, incredible player. It's getting tricky now. Centre mids, Pastore would have to be one of the centre mids. Just for what he did with us, he was incredible with us in the league and in Europe, and then moved on to PSG and did great things in the Champions League. Of a centre mid, it's tough. There's a lot of names to go through. I would go with Fabio Simplicio. Probably not the most popular pick, but a really good Brazilian midfielder. Also played for Roma, I believe, as well. On the wings, it's tough. I would on the wings, I would say we haven't really played with a lot of wingers, really. We'll skip to we'll call it a 4-2-4. We'll go to the forwards. Paulo Dybala has to be there for the breakout season that he had with us in his last season with us that got all the big clubs in Europe attention. There's also Edinson Cavani. He was incredible for us every season, and then moved on to Napoli, as I'm sure you guys know. But there was also Fabrizio Miccoli. He spent his prime years in Palermo. He's one player that didn't just have one or two good seasons and then move on to a good team. He spent his prime in Palermo. He's our all-time top goal scorer, so he has to be in the team. And I believe there's just one spot left. I would have to give it to, we'll say, Josip Ilicic, just for not just the performances he put in for us, but his story as well. He's an incredible player. He's gone through such a journey. And he was brilliant for us as well.
Yeah, right on. Hey, chat, if you guys got any questions for Andrea about Palermo, feel free to drop it. I just got to bring up this comment real quick. So I'm guessing you're also a Palermo closet Juventino fan, right? You're a closet Palermo fan, and you went up north because they won some jewelry. I'm guessing, right? Right, just like somebody I know, huh?
Yeah, get out of here.
Okay, moving on. Talking about aura. Man, go enjoy the Europa League, guys. All right, let's go.
Andrea, I have a question or a few. What was your best moment and worst moment of supporting Palermo as of now?
Best moment,
or game, whatever.
Yeah, I could point it to one game. It wasn't a particularly massive game for the club, but it was just such a fun game to watch. We had a 4-1 win over Chievo Verona in 2012, where Fabrizio Miccoli scored a hat-trick and got an assist. And his hat-trick goal was from a volley from about 40 yards. It was like just inside our half. It was incredible. That's a game I'll always remember. So that I would put as the best point. But the worst has to be 2019 when we went bankrupt. There were talks of us just getting a point deduction. We were about to go into the Serie B semi-final. We finished third or fourth in 18-19. And there were talks of us being disqualified from the playoffs and having to play in Serie B again. Then it was we were going to have a point deduction, 10, 20 points. Then it was we were disqualified from Serie B altogether. And the club had to restart as a Phoenix club. And there was a brief time where we weren't sure whether there was going to be a Palermo next season. There's a lot of, lower, if you follow the lower divisions at all, you'll see every few months these lower Italian clubs drop like flies. And it almost happened to us. They if it wasn't for our president, Dario Miri, there would be no Palermo today. So, 2019 is definitely the low point for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Andrea,
I have a question. You mentioned a lot of great players in that starting 11, all-time starting 11. Just to set the record straight, who is the Palermo GOAT? I think I know what you're gonna say, but I think I'm gonna hand it off to you.
I think I know.
Well, it's got to be Fabrizio Miccoli. He like I said earlier, unlike a lot of the big names that we've had that have left for bigger clubs, he spent all of his prime years in Palermo. He's our top all-time goal scorer. I really can't give it to anyone else.
And to follow up with that, so far, which you let me know, but when was this? When did the City Group take over Palermo exactly?
So the City Group took over in the summer of 2022. It was when we were being promoted from Serie C, where we stayed for 2 years after the bankruptcy. We put together a really good run of form under current Italy under-21 coach Silvio Baldini. He put us on a generational run of form. We really didn't start that season well. We were getting red cards in every game. We were mid-table. He came in, turned things around, and we started the attendance in our stadium started to climb a lot. We would have in Serie C over 30,000 fans in the stadium, just like we did today in the Cup. And that is what got their attention, really. Just the fact that the city is already so invested in the club, and we're starting to get back to where we were when it looked like we were going to get up to Serie B, going through the very grueling Serie C playoffs. That's when they started to become interested. So the idea at the time was, if we were to go up to Serie B, they would make the investment, and they ended up buying 80% of the club, 20% still being owned by Dario Miri. And yeah, things have changed a lot since then. We've had a new training center. We've secured funding for rebuilding the whole stadium, putting a big roof, and getting it ready for the Euros for us to host games. So yeah, there's a lot in the pipeline now.
Nice.
So given that it's been 4 years, would you say that the takeover has been what you've expected, or has it been a little bit underwhelming?
It wasn't what I expected, and underwhelming is the word I would use. I remember maybe I was a bit big-headed at the time, but I remember saying we'd be in Europe within 5 years, and those 5 years will be over next year. And if we're lucky, we'll just about be in Serie A at that time. But to be honest, I've said this a few times. I'm not a huge fan of just the idea of multi-club ownership. It really doesn't sit well with me. But at the same time, I'm glad that we're financially secure, because obviously I mentioned the worst point of being a Palermo fan was the bankruptcy in 2019. So knowing that nothing like that can really happen while we're in this group is good. But at the same time, what I don't want is for us to have another talent like Paulo Dybala and see him go straight to Man City, because that's what I feel like will happen. We're just going to become a sort of feeder club for Man City, which I really don't want. So yeah, it's a tough one, but I think, to answer your question, if we don't go up this year, I would say after 5 years of being in Serie B under this management, I would call the City Group project a failure, because it's they've pumped so much money in, and we keep seeing every year these much cheaper squads going up to Serie A and beating us in the league. I would say after 5 years, if we're still not promoted, if we're still in Serie B, then I'm going to be full City Football Group out. Yeah, and I can validate your sentiment just by, you look around the world and you look at the City Group, not just City Group, but like these Saudi owners that will purchase clubs, and
Chelsea
they just
as well.
inject money, and next thing you know, they're competing. Like Girona almost won La Liga not that long ago, and I'm pretty sure they're a City Group.
They got relegated actually.
Now they're in the second division.
Now, exactly, and it's crazy, right, to think how much that fluctuated with them. But it's I share the sentiment with you, in terms of looking around the world and seeing those clubs have success so rapidly. So,
well, with Napoli as well, the owner De Laurentiis, his son owns Bari as well, doesn't he? And their fans hate that. They hate the sort of technical co-ownership that's happening there. He had to give the club to his son just to be able to technically own both. And Bari fans can't stand it. I've spoken to Bari fans. They hate the situation they're in now, and they've been relegated to Serie C as a result.
Yeah. You have a question here, brother. That's a good one.
Oh, in the chat, will this finally be the season Palermo get promoted back to Serie A? I am more confident now than I have been in any of the last 4 years. I think we've got a really complete squad this year. And some of the changes we've made over the summer, switching to a 4-2-3-1, more modern than the 3-4-2-1 or 3-5-2 that we've been playing for a few years. And all of our signings this summer have been geared towards that change, namely Strefezza, massive signing for us. Cost around 5 million, the same as our striker Poyampalo, who was Capocannoniere last season. I think Strefezza is going to be just as impactful, if not more. So this season I'm fully expecting us to win the league.
Okay.
Wow.
I like the prediction. Okay. We have a donor in the house. Oh,
$10.
Yeah. Leah,
Buy her a ring with that.
Thank you. She does it only for Gio. She has absolutely no love for us. We're just bodies in the room. We're just there. So talking about Palermo and their recent success and predicting their future success, let's talk about your Coppa Italia game.
Yeah, so that was only a few hours ago, so it's still quite fresh. I remember I said on my own podcast the other day, we briefly touched on this game because the Coppa Italia, it's not massively important to a Palermo fan. Obviously, our main goal is the league to get promoted. But these Coppa Italia games, they are a good test because we do get to play these Serie A teams that we haven't played in a long time. And I think we're at a point now where we can, I said this before the Lecce game, we can do quite well against these lower half Serie A teams. And with Lecce, we were the better team from start to finish. We had most of the good chances in the game. We had more shots on target. We controlled possession quite well. We defended brilliantly. We got a well-earned clean sheet. And I think, if you look at the friendly that we had with Juventus, we lost 2-0. The scoreline doesn't really tell the whole story, though. There were some phases in that game, especially in the second half, where we were really taking it to them and creating good chances. So I feel like we're already at a stage where we can compete well in Serie A against these teams. But just to get back to this game, I remember looking at Lecce's squad earlier today and just thinking, is this really a Serie A squad? Like, I really don't think they're going to survive this year. They narrowly avoided relegation last season. I think this season they are going to make the drop. I'm really proud of the way that we played today, because if we can play like that against one of the lower Serie A teams, even if they are one of the weaker teams in the league, it shows what we can do against the Serie B teams. We played like champions today, and I'm really proud of the boys for the effort they put in.
Nice, brother. Nice. You have another question here up in the chat.
My opinion on Pipo as a manager, and does he have the ability to be as good as his brother? So he is a different kind of manager to Simone. Simone Inzaghi is there are types of managers who manage sort of second division clubs, or they do better with underdogs, like Mourinho, for example. But there are managers who are made for the big teams, and that's Simone Inzaghi. So it's quite difficult to compare. It's like apples and oranges comparing them to as managers. But my opinion on Pipo Inzaghi as a manager, he is what I would call a Serie B promotion specialist. I mean, he holds the points record in Serie B, 86 points, with Benevento as well, who aren't an amazing club. His survival in Serie A, like his record in Serie A, it's not great. But he's got several teams promoted or qualified for the playoffs when they had absolutely no right to. So I think he will be the man to get Palermo back to Serie A, especially looking at the managers that we had before him. I think he's got as good a chance as anyone to get us promoted. I've really liked what he's done. Last season was a little bit disappointing. We finished 4th place and then crashed out of the playoffs in the semi-finals. But it was still a massive improvement on the seasons before. If we look at the season before Inzaghi joined, 24-25, we had Alessio Dionisi, former Sassuolo manager, and Empoli, and he was absolutely terrible. We finished 8th place, just about scraped the playoffs because of our January signings, Poyampalo being one. We scraped the playoffs and lost in the first round to Juve Stabia 1-0. And just for Inzaghi coming in improved so much. The signings we made were better. The general way we played, even with the same formation, we look like a different team. And now we get to build on that. I think the advantage that we have over the teams that got relegated from Serie A last season is they've all sacked their manager. we've had Inzaghi for a year now. We know his principles. We know his style of play. We know the kind of players that he wants to play from the first minute. And we've come in with a new system this season, this 4-2-3-1, and we look much stronger as a result. So, I do think he's going to get us promoted, and I have very high opinions of Pippo Inzaghi as a manager.
Awesome.
So with that said, which teams in Serie B kind of you see challenging Palermo and giving them a hard time?
I think if there's one team above all, it's Catanzaro, because they caused problems for us last season. They're the ones that knocked us out of the playoffs as well. I was at the last time we played Catanzaro in the league. I was there in Palermo. I saw that in person. And it was a tough game. We went down. We went behind twice. We had to come back from behind. Ended up winning 3-2. It was a really close game. Like all the games where we've played Catanzaro, it's been close and competitive. So, I would put them above all else. Out of the relegated teams, I think Verona are going to cause the most problems for us, because they're one of the teams that I think is just too big for Serie B. I think they're going to come straight back up into Serie A. Aside from them two, I feel like we're pretty clearly above the rest in terms of the quality of our squad, but we've been in that situation before and then finished almost mid-table. So, the results in the league are really going to speak for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm rooting for you guys. Like I said, I'm more than willing to sacrifice any of these northern clubs like Juventus, Inter, Milan. Get them out of here. Bring some southern clubs into this league, bro. You know what I mean, Gio? If
Listen, don't say nothing.
Palermo goes up, you don't lose a team. You just quit.
What do you mean I don't lose a team? Listen. We could get Inter. We could put Inter down there. You know what I'm saying?
We don't do that. You do that, though.
No. You need to go there. You need to go there. You're next. You need to go there.
No. You have experience there. But
you talk a lot like a little puppet. You fraud. All right, you're next.
You know what you can do, bro?
All right. No. All right, I understand you Interista. Okay, listen. You need to go down there. You're like a little puppet that needs to grab his luggage. All right, grab your little 2 trophies that you won last season and go back to Serie B over there. Go down there.
Going at it.
Let's go.
We're not even 20. We're not even a half hour to the going at it.
It's good. It's good. Let's go.
Hey, so one last topic I want to cover before we move on. Look at your path in the Coppa Italia. What are you predicting? How far are you going to get into this competition?
Well, it's kind of rare that Palermo make it really far in the Cup. There was one time where we made the final. We had to play against Mourinho's Inter Milan. So, that was fun. But this year, looking at the tree, Mantova we should realistically beat, but they are people don't know this. I feel like people who only watch Serie A, they don't know about the Serie A teams. Mantova can be a pretty tricky puzzle to solve, especially now they've got a few good players, like their goalkeeper Francesco Baldi put in an amazing performance yesterday against Lazio. He played for us a year ago and kept a clean sheet against Cremonese after they just got promoted in the Cup, and we ended up winning thanks to him saving a penalty in the shootout. They've got a few other good players, Simone Trimboli, to name one. He's a midfielder that we were trying to sign. But yeah, it will be a close game, I think, with Mantova, probably closer than the game today against Lecce. And it is going to be at their stadium. They've got the home advantage. So it's kind of hard to predict. But I think on paper, we should be winning that. Away against Bologna, I'm not so confident about that, especially with the way that this tournament is. I mean, if we look at the tree as a whole here, as soon as we get into the round of 16, all the big teams are at home, which I hate. I hate that about the Coppa Italia. It's always so geared towards the big teams winning. It makes it harder for smaller clubs to progress further because they have to overcome these obstacles of not only playing against Serie A teams, but playing in their stadiums. It just makes it so much harder for the smaller club. But yeah, that aside, I can't see us beating Bologna at their ground. I think that's where the tournament's going to come to a close for us. And I'm really not going to be upset because, like I said, the league is so much more important than the cup. Making it further in the cup would be, I think it would do more bad than good because we're going to have to rest players. We're going to have difficult fixture schedules. So I'd be happy with a win against Mantova because we should beat them on paper. But if we lose to Bologna, it's going to be oh no anyway, and then move on.
I think either way, like if you get there and you play Bologna, it's a good spotlight to have. You're going to be playing a Serie A team that has recently accomplished. They have won silverware, and I think that the best you could ask for is a fight. You know what I mean? Is to give them, and you never know that any given day, football's a crazy thing. You guys you never know. You guys might walk out of there with the W, and then everyone's gonna be really talking about Palermo and rooting for Palermo to make the first division. So I hope you guys go far. I really do. I hope you guys go far. So yeah, you guys got anything for him on the Coppa Italia?
One last one.
Go ahead.
If you do get promoted, do you trust Pippo Inzaghi to keep you up, or do you think that you will need to change managers in order to maximize your chances of staying up in Serie A?
That is a good question. I think I wonder whether Inzaghi will actually want to stay when we get up to Serie A. Just looking at how he did with Pisa, his last team. They were incredible in Serie B. I really don't think that squad had any right to get promoted the way they did automatically, and it was kind of reflected the following season with how badly they did in Serie A. They were clearly the worst team. The manager change, bringing Gilardino in, didn't do them any favors. But I don't think Inzaghi will want to stay. I think he'll do the same thing he did with Pisa and just find another ambitious project in Serie B, because he knows he can perform well there and just change clubs. His contract, I believe, is expiring at the end of this season. There is an option to add an additional year. But if we get promoted, it's just going to complicate things. I don't know whether he's going to want to accept that extension. And as for how we'll do, I don't think we'll do great with Inzaghi in Serie A. Just looking at his record, I think the best chance for us would be to switch managers. But at the same time, if we've just been promoted with Inzaghi, sentimentally, I wouldn't want to get rid of him. I would want him to stay and try his chances. So it's a tricky one. But I think, objectively, putting bias aside, our best chance most likely would be to change managers next season.
Okay. All right. Anything else before we move on, guys?
One last quick question. Obviously, we loaned Joe Favasuli, and I just seen his goal. It was a great finish. How do you think he'll do this season? Because I think
he'll do well. I think there's a lot of room for him in the squad. With the switch to a 4-2-3-1, we only really had one natural winger in the squad at the start of the summer. We've signed Strefezza. We've signed Vavasori on loan. There's only really we've got Emmanuel Jassi as well, who plays multiple positions and probably will play on the wing this season. But aside from that, I think there's a lot of room for Vavasori in the squad. He got his start today, his first start against a Serie A team in his career, and he did really well. He's passed every test that we've given him in pre-season. He didn't necessarily score or assist, but if you watch how he was playing, he was creating good chances. He came close to scoring a few times. Did it well even against Juventus. I think he is going to have a good season for us. It just sucks that we've got him on loan with no option to buy. I would love to be able to try and sign him, especially if we get promoted with him. But I think this year is going to be crucial for his development in Serie B, where he can get some minutes, consistent starting time. I think he's going to do really well. I think he's going to come out of this season a much better player.
Good.
All right. Let's move on to our next topic, guys. Which is Inter, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right. You get to flex here, Doodle. No more crying like you used to in your previous episodes. Now you get to talk about actually good news.
Well, I get to flex. I already covered that we got Jet Spence last episode. Now it seems like we're back in for Curtis Jones. This guy's being a crazy twerker. Like, this guy's just liking every single post of every single Inter player on social media. Like, I don't know if it's him. That's
pretty much what you do on Twitter.
Yeah,
it's the same thing, isn't it? Don't you like
Nah,
every
that's not true.
Inter players? You know, liking everything Inter. Of course,
He ain't a scout.
he's a
Nah,
fan. He's
nah,
a fan. Twitter. He's a fan. Dude, respect him, bro. He's a fan.
yeah. Nah, maybe it's his agency, but
It's a bit
regardless.
dodgy.
Nah,
All right,
I
move
mean, look, what I'll just say is, Aster's gonna probably get pissed about what I'm gonna say, but hey, it seems like we're trying to bid like 30 to 35 million euros for him. Now, I'm seeing Liverpool fans on social media really get upset because, I think, he is a decent player. He is a good player. So, you would think, especially in this market and with how many players are going for such huge prices, you would expect, them to maybe get a bit more for Curtis Jones. But again, you have to reiterate, like, he has only 1 year left on his contract. So I just think that Inter are just kind of doing this waiting game right now, seeing if Liverpool, bite, because, they don't want to lose him for free, right? Financially speaking, it would be a disaster if they lost him for free. So I think it's going to come down to that. I think he will be a really good signing, dynamic midfielder, pretty much an all-action midfielder, would really help us out, would really make us even stronger, I feel like. So yeah, on that one, I hope we sign him. I think we will. And if we don't, look, I would guess if he doesn't renew with Liverpool, he's probably going to go to another club next year on a free. That's all I would say. As for speaking of Lazio, Frattesi went there. It's crazy, right? Like a couple of months ago, Frattesi was, part of the team that beat Lazio in the Coppa Italia final. And now, a couple of months after, he is getting eliminated with Lazio in the first round of Coppa Italia against Mantova. That's just life really does come at you fast.
Oh man.
Only 2 months apart.
Now, you know what's funny though? When it was before he came on, it was 0-0. He came on the 71st minute. After he came on, 4 minutes later, they scored. It's kind of crazy. As for Luis Henrique, it seems like Roma themselves are going for Malik Fofana from Lyon, so he's probably going to end up staying. I don't mind him staying as a backup left wing back personally, as long as he plays there. As long as he's not on the right, on the left, I think he can do fine. And as for the young players for us, I think that Sucic, I really am expecting a huge season from him. He had a good World Cup with Croatia. He had a good debut season of Inter last season. I think he's going to have an even better season. He could potentially become a starter down the line this season. You never know. Stankovic, I don't think he's going to be a starter in season 1, maybe not even season 2, but, I think he could be a starter, in a couple of years' time. And, defensive midfielder that we can have after Hakan does eventually leave.
You don't see any of these young players starting for a meaningless Coppa Italia match or midweek.
No, they're definitely going to start. They're definitely going to start
game.
in the early Coppa Italia matches. They're going to start in the early rounds, round of 16 quarterfinals. I think they're definitely going to start in those. I'm just wondering, Bovio, it seems like he might actually be kept. My issue with that is that he's not going to get much game time. We have 6 defenders in front. Is he going to play? I don't want us to stunt his growth. But if Chivu wants to keep him, well, he's the coach, so if that happens, that happens. And last but not least, and my expectation for the squad, speaking of, win Serie A, if we should. Try to win Coppa Italia if you want. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, but if we win it, nice. If we don't, whatever. And try to at least make quarterfinals of Champions League. Don't go out in the playoffs again. Those are the expectations. He will get minutes. I'm just saying he's not gonna be a starter. I just think he was just gonna favor Zielinski or Barella in that position way more. But hopefully he does get more minutes. Mm-hmm. And yeah, those are the expectations. And I don't know where the hell the third kid is. It looks it's lost.
Hey, that kid's pretty ugly, so I don't think you want that kid to drop.
Yeah,
what an ugly third kid you guys
maybe you realize, you know what? Maybe the designers showed it to Inter and they were like, hell no, we're not releasing that.
No, what happened was they're trying to one up Atalanta with ugly kids of the year. That's what they're trying to do.
The home kid and the away kid are nice. The third kid is awful. It's awful. It's genuinely terrible.
Yeah, no, your kids, your home and your away are nice, but that third kid,
awful kids, bro. Maybe we're just intentionally not releasing out. Maybe we have, shame for that. But yeah, not really. Aside from that, not much else. So you can ask questions.
So Andrea, what do you got for what do you think about Inter's chances of winning the Scudetto? I got them as clear favorites. I think it's their Scudetto to lose once again this season. I want to see what your perspective is on this subject.
Well, first of all, I think Inter have been, on paper at least, the best team in Italy for a few years now, at least. I know some other squads, some other teams have won Serie A in that time, but I think on paper the value of their squad is levels above the other Serie A teams. This summer, there's a lot of British players being signed. Obviously, we've touched on Curtis Jones there. Jed Spence, John Stones are already there. They're both, John Stones, very experienced player. Probably, I would say his best years are behind him, but that makes him all the more welcome in Serie A. Jed Spence had a great summer at the World Cup. I think he's going to do very well on the opposite flank to Di Marco. I think those are two very powerful fullbacks to have, especially in the attack. I would be surprised if Inter don't win the league this season with the summer that they've had, the squad they already have. Chivu is quite surprisingly good manager with the lack of experience he has. I think it's going to be Inter, and I would like to see them have a good run in the Champions League again, and maybe not lose the final this time.
A couple of panel members up here when Chivu got appointed, had Inter not even making top 4 last season. And these guys are real quiet when we talk about Chivu these days. They don't like G over here. When they mention when they give credit to Chivu, he's real. Everything else about Inter, he's on it. But when they talk about Chivu, he's like, yeah, I need to shut up on this one. Ain't that right, Gio? Ain't that right?
I gave him his flowers. I gave him his flowers. But to be fair, he won because look at the competition. I mean, Napoli 40-something.
Okay, we can use that same argument against you in your 2010s for most of the seasons.
Okay, dude.
Okay, so now in competition.
I mean, just as right now, right?
Guess, what I don't
Juventus
get?
is not good right now either. So what's your point?
You know what I don't get? This competition talk, it's always like about us, but I don't hear it from other leagues. The only ones, Liga and the Bundesliga, fine. But I don't hear Barcelona won the league last season by pretty much as many points as Inter won Serie A. Yet I'm not hearing this talk about Barcelona only won the league, because of lack of competition. Stop with this competition nonsense. At the end of the day, the best team takes advantage of whatever the situation is.
You guys went out to Bodo. What was it? The round of 16?
Yeah.
What was it?
No,
the round of 16,
but this same convo. This same convo.
No, it wasn't the round of 16.
People were
so
saying
you guys went out of
Europe.
You guys went out of Europe, right? You even dropped some games as well. And then obviously after that Italian international break, where Italy did lose against Bosnia, you guys ended up winning and you guys went on a streak, and then everybody else,
in April and March, in April and May. Well,
listen. I'm gonna interject here real quick, okay? Doodle, don't come crying about how they're giving you crap and questioning how you won the Scudetto. You guys did the same thing. Your fan base did the same thing to us when we won it 2 seasons ago, and you did it, and you guys did it when we won with Spalletti, which we wiped the whole league. And it was the state of the league. It's horrible. Look, Napoli finally won their Scudetto out of 30-something years.
Yeah,
how bad the league must be for Napoli to win the Scudetto. So you know what, Doodle? It's banter at the end of the day. No one cares.
No, Dom. I was gonna get to that. I was about to mention Napoli, people giving Napoli shit for that under Spalletti. At the end of the day, you win the league title. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, that's what it is. At the end of the day, that trophy is sitting in your trophy cabinet, and everyone's tears are on tissues. That's how I look at it. So don't care about it, dude. I know Gio's trying to get under your skin, and he actually got under your skin. But I'm trying to help you out here, trying to throw your lifeline.
No, I was just making a point. It's just I don't know, this talk about how they won it. Well, that's just how the cookie crumbles. That's how it is.
Yeah, well, guess what? Chivu's gonna have a big problem if he doesn't win this season, the head-to-heads.
Well,
which
he's
he had
gonna
a
win.
big problem last
so
season.
Don't worry,
Oh.
we're not having the problem.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
we're
not
gonna
gonna have
win.
the problem.
He's gonna win.
Wow.
You heard that?
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna
already
win.
said it.
He's gonna
I already
win,
said it
Dom.
like many
Hey,
episodes
he's gonna
ago.
win the
Like,
head.
yeah.
Yeah, but you never said the head-to-heads. He's gonna win, right?
Yeah, head to head as well. Easy, bro. We're good.
Easy.
Okay, easy.
Milan and Juve, we're waiting, bro. Actually, we're not even
Yeah,
waiting.
Juve.
Bro, easy, bro.
Be ready. Be
Easy.
ready for the cooking, bro. Be ready for the
Okay, so
What cooking? You gotta. Can you
Listen,
Napoli,
hey,
Roma?
hey, listen, calm
Hey,
down
Doodle,
over there, bro.
Doodle,
Calm down, Doodle. Be
Doodle,
ready for the cooking,
not
because if
worried,
you lose
man.
to
I'm
any
not
of the
worried.
top 6 clubs,
Doodle,
head to heads, hey,
Doodle, I have a few questions.
Hey, okay, you know what? You can have your head-to-head win if you want. If I win the
no,
Scudetto,
no,
who
no, no,
cares?
no.
I
But
don't
you
care
just
about
said
head-to-head,
you
bro.
just said it was easy. You just said it was easy, right? Am I wrong, guys?
Okay,
Like,
you want a
what
head-to-head?
are we doing?
Yeah, I'm confident. Yeah, but even then, like, you know, at the end of the day,
Okay,
head-to-heads are
Doodle.
not the only
You know,
part.
we're
gotta
getting
also win
that
some
clipped.
games.
Listen, we're getting that clipped. I'm gonna have that.
I'm already
That's perfect.
putting down the
Perfect.
time. I'm already
Perfect.
putting down the time.
Sure,
Well,
sure,
Doodle.
bro. Clip whatever you want, but we're good, man.
So,
We're
Doodle,
good. Like, yeah, what do you want? Yeah.
I have a couple of questions. First of all,
Okay.
why am I
Okay.
seeing Inter fans on my timeline or so comparing the potential Jones signing to Wesley
Okay.
Schneider?
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
No
my
way,
gosh.
No way. No way.
Oh my
That's
God.
not
saw that
actually-
shit
No,
on
that
the-
can't- that
He's
can't-
not that good. What the hell?
That can't be
That
true.
Yo, here.
no, I know what you mean. It's like that. I woke up today, right, and I saw that. Like, I was like, no way. Like,
Like, why are they?
it seems
why
like
are
if
they-
I had to play devil's advocate, it just feels like they're trying to do like Impact West, but like Curtis Jones is good, but like Wesley Schneider comparisons is kind of wild. Like, let's calm down, guys.
Kinda.
Don't do the same thing like my fan base of freaking Luca Smelly, bro. Because then that
Yeah, like
that would
pump
be
the
really
brakes,
bad,
please.
you
Like,
know?
let's
just
pump
just
the
pump
brakes
the
now.
brakes,
They're gonna be-
okay? All right, just
You're gonna
pump
be
the
very
brakes.
shocked once they see him. I mean, he is.
Yeah, what's
decent,
your other
but,
question?
like, my other question: how many points do you think you're getting? Like approximately
Points?
Yeah,
So we got 87 last season.
yeah, because like head to head and shit.
I'll
you said,
say between like 85 to 95, like between that 90, I guess, if I had to guess.
90 points. So
90,
barely
91.
So barely off last season. All right.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that's just realistic. I'm not gonna be crazy and say like 100. Like, come on, that's just unrealistic. I'm just
Gotta
gonna say
catch
like
you
91, 90.
Try to catch you there. Right.
All right. Anything else, Inter guys? Leo, you got anything for Inter?
Yeah, I agree.
No, I can't really think of anything.
We're just pissed off that they got a couple of signings. That's it. That's
Yeah,
all
I'm not
it
gonna lie.
I just want to address this real quick. Yeah, that's what happened last season, but I don't think it's going to be a repeat. Plus, you're only mentioning Juventus and Napoli. I think other teams have improved. Roma. Watch out for Atalanta as well. I'm not saying that they're going to win the Scudetto or they're Scudetto favorites or they're dark horses or
Not
whatever.
like some other.
But I'm just saying. I'm just saying that teams have improved. Napoli's not going to be suffering 48 injuries. You can't beat
But Inter
Milan,
have also
and I
improved.
think you can't beat Milan, and
wood,
Milan
Dom.
have gotten better. Huh?
Better knock on wood about
What was
the
that?
injuries. About the injuries.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be hard. It'll be hard to reach 48. That would be very hard. But you guys just have to handle. If you see that it's a tight race, if we're seeing that it's a tight
Yeah, we
race,
have to.
you
I
have to.
agree.
You
We
have to
we
handle the
handle
head to
that
head.
better. But
Have to handle
my-
the head.
here's my thing. Like, I think if we do assuming we get Jones, this is not going to be the strongest Inter starting 11 that I've seen, because I saw much stronger under Conte and under Inzaghi. But depth-wise, I would say it's probably like more, depth-wise, it's a bit stronger than those variations. So even though if the main team might not be as strong, I think we're going to have a bit more options off the bench. Because last season, truth be told, in many of the games, the bench players contribute a bit more than some of the starters, especially in injuries. For some, like for example, Zielinski was at first a bench player under Inzaghi, and last season he was, for me, our best midfielder. So, we'll see. But I think I'm very confident. I think we're going to do better against those, in those big head-to-head games. But even then, head-to-head, Como and Roma finished 4th and 3rd last season. We've got maximum points against both of them. So, Milan and Juve can have their head-to-heads, and they can cherish those head-to-heads. while they're on their trip to Iceland and Faroe Islands.
Yeah, but Doodle, banter aside, you can't say that if the race is tight. If the race, let's say Milan,
I agree. I get what you're
turn
saying.
things around. You cannot.
Sure, yeah, I'm not denying
games
that. I'm saying we have to win them, but I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, even if we win them, we have to take care of really everyone else as well. So we just can't go around just saying, okay, we have to beat Napoli, we have to beat Juve, we have to beat Milan. Yeah, of course, but you still got to take care of Roma and Lazio and Fiorentina, etc. as well. So
this is my prediction, real quick. I'll let you guys talk because you guys haven't said much. My prediction right now: Inter are the favorites. Second, third, fourth, and fifth is going to be very, very tight.
Yes.
But will first, second, third, fourth, and fifth be very tight? That's what remains to be seen. I have no doubt that for second, third, fourth, and fifth is going to be tight. Are Inter going to spread the gap on their own and go ahead? Or are they going to have trouble with upgraded competition this season? Malin is going to start from August now. He's not coming in mid-season. You have Napoli. You could say whatever you want about Allegri, but Allegri has a healthy, somewhat, except for the back line. Other than that, a healthy Napoli squad. You have Milan that just injected almost 200 mil. We'll see how those players produce on the field. But you have Milan now. You have Juventus. They've made some moves. I have them as the weakest out of the bunch, not because I hate them, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? I really do think that their goalkeeper is Cheeks, that the goalkeeper they just signed. So, but still, Juventus could walk in, or you could walk into to Turin and have an issue beating Spalletti at Juventus. Those are games you have to handle, especially if there's only 2-3 points. If there's a club 2-3 points behind you in the table. So that's all I'm saying.
I think away games against those kind of teams like Napoli, for example, and like Juve and those, you have to at least get a draw. I think, if you're Inter, at least because we lost to Napoli last season away. We lost to Juve away as well. Milan, I mean, technically it's quote unquote away, but you know what I mean? Share the stadium, but you have to at least get draws in those. And the home games against those teams, you have to win. If you're Inter, you have to maximize that. That should at least be a blueprint. You don't have to necessarily get 6 out of 6 points against those, even though I would love it. I would love to beat Juve twice and Milan twice. But that doesn't happen, at least, do not lose any of the head-to-head matches against them. Get a draw at least away and then beat them at home. At least that should be the plan, I think. So we'll have to see.
Asir and Leo, what you guys got on this?
I mean, for me, I think Inter big favorites. As far as the head-to-heads, I don't know what it is, but Inter always plays the head-to-heads with the big six really hard.
Hey, Leo. Leo, I'm sorry I have to interrupt, but I just had to laugh at this.
Funny guy.
Someone in here is not laughing. Why are you not laughing? It was a funny joke. Come on.
No, it's not.
It was funny.
No, it's not.
Go ahead, Leo. What are you gonna say, bro?
Yeah, man. I feel like in the past, I mean, at least recently, I think Inter plays their head-to-heads really hard with the big six. I've never seen a big six go against Inter and do us a favor aside Lazio when we won the Scudetto 2 years
Roma
ago.
as well that year. Roma as well.
Oh yeah, I feel like
and Milan. They cannot beat Milan.
Yeah, and Milan. Yeah.
Milan. I don't know, those head-to-heads. It's gonna be fun to watch. I think, especially if Inter kind of prioritizes other competitions, which I feel like they might. I feel like they might actually want to compete in Europe this year for some reason. And I'll ask Doodle. I feel like it's a thing that you guys need to actually focus on. Because what is winning the league for you really doing? I'm not saying it's not prestigious. Yes, of course it's coveted, but realistically, the drought of Serie A teams not being good in Europe is like we've had enough.
Yeah.
I said this in the first episode. Like, I know I'm a Napoli fan. I'm a Napoli supporter. I want to see this league, go to the top again and be respected. So, like, if it takes a big team to win a Champions League, whether it's us two, Napoli, like, I'm on board. Like, I want to see
any team.
There's one team that I probably would not want,
them.
and that's Juventus. Yeah.
You imagine if these bums win a CL trophy, we'll never hear the end of it. Look, he's already itching.
But imagine if Roma won it. Dom, imagine if Roma won the CL. Ooh.
No, yeah, I would be wrong.
So you see, Leo, you're already cutting teams off, bro. I don't care how much you love.
Let me backtrack real quick. Let me backtrack.
Yeah, okay, you do that.
So, I guess what I'm really trying to say here, is that, like, I want to see the league succeed, right? But I want us to lead the way, and I want Inter to suffer trying to compete and not get anywhere in Europe. I want them to think that a Champions League is so attainable that they go for it, and they let the league.
The repeat of what we did 3 years.
And they let the league.
Yes, so what they did two seasons ago.
2 seasons ago, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, I understand that.
They learned their lesson that season. I think they learned their lesson that season. That's why they kind of took the foot off the pedal a little bit.
Yeah, they learned their lesson because they went out against Bodo early to win the Scudetto.
We're not doing this again.
Fun fact for Inter. Fun fact for Inter fans. Recently, they have won the Scudetto because they crashed out of the Champions League early.
All three times.
Fun fact, Gio. You could put that in your pocket. You could put that in your pocket.
Well, I guess we learned our lesson. We cannot do that. Like, we cannot, okay.
You guys can.
But okay, let me answer it seriously, though, outside of that. So I'm never going to be a guy that tries to, like, devalue the Scudetto and be like, Scudetto only is not enough. I'll never be that guy. I grew up during an era where Juventus won the league every year. Inter were, like, pretty bad during that time, and I've only seen 3 Scudetti. I'm not going to be a guy that says, like, we only won Scudetto. Meh. Like, I know that this might piss off some Inter fans that have maybe quote unquote higher aspirations, but I just don't want to be that kind of guy that's like ungrateful. I don't want to be like that.
But your aim is the UCL.
Let me finish. Having said that, now to answer your question about Europe, if we remember what I said about Coppa Italia, like try to win it. If we go out early in Coppa Italia, let's say like quarterfinals, but let's say we win the Scudetto and we go to, like, I don't know, Champions League semifinals, I would be down for that. Like, I would be down for, like, trying to compete in Europe, but of course you gotta win the Scudetto anyway. But I would be down to, like, sacrifice, quote unquote, sacrifice Coppa Italia if it meant, getting a bit more rest for European games. Like, I wouldn't, like, prioritize Coppa like that. Especially, like, we won the double last season and that was great. But if you had to, like, tell me right now, like, Inter is not gonna win a double again, you're gonna win Serie A, but you're gonna go further in Europe, I would say, yeah, sure. Like, I'll be down for that.
Thoughts, Gio, on that?
No, if you could do that, basically you're fine for this season because you did better basically than last season. You went farther in Europe, so that would be the objective for Inter, right? To get farther in Europe. Do I think that they're gonna do it? Not to the semifinals. I'm sorry. I don't see
we're not gonna get. I don't think so.
Like, Doodle, stop dreaming over there in Doodle Twitter land over there.
What do you mean Twitter? What do you mean dreaming? That's like
because
quarters.
that's all I see you doing. I always
say
I
said quarters. Though
it's Doodle Twitter land. All right, guys in the chat. People in the chat, you already know Doodle Twitter land is. All right, that's it. The keyboard warrior is in the house. It's okay.
Look,
we
listen to me. Listen to me.
Time out on the shots fired. I'm gonna fire a shot at someone right here. Okay, rent free. You guys are rent free in our head. Why can't Spalletti wear a t-shirt during training? Why are you guys saying that you don't want to see the Napoli tattoo? And go check. I'm not just creating this, but those first couple of weeks. His first training session, this man, it was July. This man was wearing a jacket, sweating, and wearing shorts. He was so uncomfortable. And you're going to say that you guys are rent-free in our head? Okay, we didn't make Mana cover his Juventus tattoo. We're not like that. Anyways, moving on. Rent free. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
Who's next?
Oh, I love, man. I love having some Juventini for breakfast, bro. Let's go.
Nah, it was a little windy, dog. Come on, it was a little windy. You know,
Okay.
Oh,
poor old man was sweating, bro. Guy looked like he was so dehydrated, bro. Poor Spalletti. He can't even show his tattoo. Oh man. All right. Anybody got anything else for Doodle before we move on to the next topic? All right, we're gonna move on to the next topic. Right after Inter comes their favorite friendly club, Juventus. What do you got?
You're gonna make me so.
Yeah, get out of here, Doodle. You know, listen, it's okay. Bro, you know, listen. You grew up watching us win. You know, so you know, have that. You know, have that. You know, you gotta have that moment. You love that smell, bro. All right. I don't like your smell either, bro. With Inter, all right. Get out of here with Inter, all right. Listen, all right. Listen to us, and you know, I would say even compared with Napoli too. For the past couple of seasons, you've been like little bro. You know what I'm saying? Little bro over there, little bro Inter over there. You know, you're supposed to be doing that repeat, but you guys can't do it. Just like you guys can't even go far in Europe or without winning the Scudetto, bro. You're not like us. You will never be like us. So it's okay.
You know what, Gio? You know what, Gio? I was watching a certain podcast, you know, Anthony from Inter Worldwide. And, you know, one of our guys over here from Tutto Calcio, I heard him say something very interesting. He said, you know, he felt like Inter have been like underwhelming because they could have gone on that dynasty that Juventus went on. So I think you're right. I think they kind of like they wanted
it. They want it.
Yeah, I could see it. Thoughts, Doodle? Thoughts on that, Doodle? What do you think about that, Doodle?
I mean, dynasty would be good, but hey, it's just not happening. It's not happening.
Oh, but you're saying that the Scudetto is your what was it? What? I forgot what it was. Your ceiling or was it your table?
Floor.
It was your table floor. Your floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was your floor.
We're good.
Okay.
Well, sadly, we bottled it in a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, you gave one to Milan too, bro. Let's not forget you gave one to Milan too. You know.
Don't worry, this is not. We're gonna defend it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Ooh, look what we got here. You see now Gio's calmed down.
Hey,
now he's calmed down.
I can't even get into the section. Like, what's going on here? What's going on? You know, I'm going with this with Doodle over here. You know, because they just want to.
Finally, thank you guys for clearing the air. The Juventus smell nearly got to me.
No. Listen, hey, Doodle, bro, you calm down, bro, because she's gonna be a Juventus fan too. She might pop on the show one day. You know, to banter you too.
It's fine.
Doodle, watch out.
Look, I don't got anything against your fans, just saying. I don't wish anything on better fans. I just hate your club.
Yeah.
The fans don't themselves, you know. I
don't like your club at all. I respect some of your fans, you know, so listen, we could call that even, you know, including you. So all right, we're good. Oh my gosh, Leo. That's wow.
What do you have to say for Juventus? Seriously now.
All right, yes, let's get into let's talk about Lucumí and Juventus. Well, Juventus have signed officially. Lucumí arrived at the Continassa, so finally a defender that we desperately needed, left foot as well, and I think you could pair well with Bremer for this season. We definitely need, I'll say, another center back, but I don't think that we're going to sign one. I'm hearing the Tomori rumors, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. But I'm hearing he's like a rotational piece. So I don't know. If Spalletti wants him, that's like a really weird one for me as well. And you know what's crazy is that
you wanted Fofana as well, didn't you?
No, I did not want Fofana. No, he could stay over there.
The club's looking at Fofana.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. The reports have died down now with Fofana. Now it's more focused on Tomori. So that's what I'm hearing. And I mean, there's some of them where I think we're mountain bike sources, you know. So I have no clue. You know that's you know, some of our reporters in our fan base, you know, is a mountain bike. You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, I really don't know. But the crazy thing is that the Martinez deal was off because we've been desperately trying to get a goalkeeper, and then all of a sudden, I needed to, look into some stuff, and then we're, linked with Vicario, and then all of a sudden, a couple hours later, it's a here we go, Vicario to Juve, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what are we doing? This is not the Juventus.
Yo, time out. Time out. Who's messing with their mic?
Not sure.
Looks like Doodle maybe.
No, not me.
All right, everybody good?
Okay, we're good. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have no clue what's going on. But anyway. Vicario to Juve, that was not the signing that I expected and that I wanted. Not my preferred signing at all. It's just, man, it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, my gosh. Well, Di Gregorio is actually going to be going on loan. He's not staying. He's not staying after we sign Vicario, so he's gone. Marseille is looking at Di Gregorio. No, Marseille is heavily on Di Gregorio, so... yeah.
I mean, they do sign criminals, to be fair, so he would fit the bill.
Oh my gosh. But
now, Gio, you probably would have taken Vicario maybe 2-3 seasons ago.
Because I think he was doing. And listen, not to take those seasons away, he did very well, especially that couple seasons that he had, and even that one season at Tottenham, he did very well. But I mean, not just that, but Tottenham's environment as of late has been totally garbage. So, and what's crazy is that same season as Di Gregorio was having the same problems, he was actually having the same problems for Tottenham as well. That's what I'm hearing with the first stop, which is not a good sign, obviously. But I mean, maybe it could be different because it's a new environment. Now he's back in Italy. He's going to be under Spalletti now, so let's see what he could do. And obviously that first couple games, I'll give him, see how he does, because we need, you got to be a little bit better than Di Gregorio from last season. 16 shots like that winning from the first shot. Like, that's crazy to me that Di Gregorio let that in, especially after his, season with Monza. And not just that, but the first season that he had with Juve was actually not bad. So, listen, if he could just be solid for us, then okay. To be fair, it's not bad of a deal because it's just on a loan with an option. It's not an obligation. So if he does bad, okay. Obviously we need to hit our targets, but if he does bad, then I think it will be fine. So then, because I think the plan for Juve is to, for this season, just to get a goalkeeper like that, to have him on loan. So the next season we'll go after a better quality goalkeeper. I think that's what the objective is going to be. But we have to hit our objective, which is to get to top 4. So that's what we're looking at right now. So now Gatti is a big another thing too, because here we go. This guy, bro. Oh my gosh. You're like another Doodle, but you're just like the chat version of Doodle, bro. Like, I don't know.
Oh, bro.
This guy.
Hey, you should hear him on Spaces, bro. He's worse.
Bro.
Yeah, he's worse.
Gio, calma real quick, okay?
He's worse.
What he's saying is actually what you predicted for Juventus this season. You're going to end up in the same spot at the end of the season. So you should be agreeing with this take.
Hey, listen, I think with the additions that we have made, we've improved a lot. We have.
To make top improved.
4. I would say to challenge for top 4. Challenge. I would say fifth I would say is where we're going to land. I think 5th place.
So then you got to agree with Forza Inter then.
Yep.
I 5th or 4th, but I really think that, listen, with the quality, it all depends, I think, on our attack, because last season our attack wasn't existent with the signings.
You need Colomani to show up, man. You need him to score the goals.
That, but we also need our, I would say, the guys like Yildiz Alibegovic, especially to start clicking for the attack. If Conceição as well to be consistent, which, to be fair, he's been scoring goals. But so we'll see. And not just that, but I think backline is also a big thing. With Lucumí, I think that's a big boost for Juve.
Yeah, it's going to be the best center back pairing in all of Europe. I heard that's the word on the streets.
Not in Europe. That's in.
I also heard.
Again, that Juventus fan that did that tweet needs to go check himself out. It needs to be put in an asylum. He needs to be put in an asylum. Let's put it that way. Right? I don't know what the heck. That's such a bad take. But I mean, listen.
I also saw a tweet that Conceição is going to get 30 GA. Just think. So
30 GA.
Yeah, okay, Doodle. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll
You're probably
pull it
listening
up.
to
I'll pull
mountain
it up.
bike. You're listening to mountain bike sources, Doodle. Like I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
selling
I
your own
don't know what
fans.
to tell
Okay.
you. Hey, listen. Sometimes, listen, our fans, but your fans do the same thing too. Like comparing Curtis Jones to Wesley Sneijder. Okay, yeah, okay, Doodle.
Yeah, but I'm not name dropping them.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, did I name drop any Juventus fan? I just go on the mountain bike sources. That's it.
Oh,
I didn't say nothing. So
I actually thought it was an account. My
Yeah,
bad.
fraud.
My
You
bad.
thought it was an account?
Okay, continue.
Yes. Let me finish. You diabolical. This guy, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This guy is like an instigator. I'm telling you, every single show. Nah, but big up to Doodle, bro. Yeah. No. I mean, listen. With Lucumí, I think we could challenge for top 4. I think we land 5th at the moment, but it all depends on how we play. And at the moment,
He got that dog in him, huh?
I would say he's definitely a good, and not just that, but for the price that we got him, from I think it's a really good
price
20
aside,
million.
price aside, talent wise, you
Well,
think
listen,
you think he's gonna carry you guys into top 4?
No, listen, I think in terms of what the problem was last season is that we didn't have somebody that could build from the back to the midfield and to the forward line, which Bremer tried to do that.
You still don't have a midfield. You still don't have.
Yeah, but like I said, it all depends on, like I said, who shows up, right? And who, if Spalletti could start clicking something. So it all depends.
Yeah,
I have not seen a full game with
you. Because you already know you don't have a midfield, bro. Because this is the guy leading your midfield, bro.
Oh my God,
the
bro.
guy leading your midfield. This is your guy.
You know,
Right? This is your pillow. This is your pillow, bro.
No. He would never be your Pirlo. He's a scum. He needs to get the hell out. He needs to be kicked out like this. Damn picture. This freaking. There you go. That's the picture that he needs to go. That, and all the Juventus fans cheering. That he's gonna be gone. Hopefully, Juventus fans start seeing that, which actually half the fan base finally sees it. So,
well, I'm gonna tell you something. If it's true, what the Locatelli loyalists have been saying, Locatelli should have an amazing season this season because he finally has on paper attackers he can link up with and they can actually score.
There's no excuses. There's no excuses now for Locatelli. Because
they're saying he's a creative midfielder that great passing range, and
most progressive passes in the league, but they don't count the side passes that progress. Like they'll progress. A side pass will progress, but by 2 feet.
Like that kind of, yeah.
Ideally, Gio. Ideally,
Andrea's laughing, bro. Andrea's laughing.
A deep line playmaker. That is supposed to be Locatelli, a deep line playmaker. You don't want him too forward.
Yep.
Because that's just going to cause disaster coming back. So you want him to stay in the middle of the park and support the defense and be able to get passes forward and make forward. That's his ideal role. Yeah. And I think that ideal role has been pretty big to fill for him, in the last few years. So
yeah. I mean, I mean, listen, now what I've seen throughout preseason, and obviously I can't really, judge from the preseason you in preseason sometimes that's good, and in some games, it's just how we play is all that matters to me.
What do you think about this? What do you think about this comment?
Season. Yeah. Listen, he's done good games, but there's a lot of games that he cost us top 4, buddy. There's a lot of games that he's cost us top 4.
I read this comment to the defending Locatelli, and it's actually sad. Yeah, look who he's comparing them to. Yildiz, I get it. McKennie, he is supposed to be clear of McKennie. Yeah, he's supposed to be. He's your captain. He's Locatelli, your best midfielder. And your squad to stand out in that Juventus squad last season, it was pretty easy. Because you guys fielded a whole bunch of bums. Am I wrong? Andrea, am I wrong? They fielded a whole bunch of bums. A bunch of bums.
I won't go that far, but yeah, it's not too far from the truth.
Yeah.
No. You know what I mean? Hey.
Now,
I love kicking them.
now, hold on. Let me
Kicking
ask.
them in.
Wait, hold on, Don. Let me ask my long lost cousin over here, Andrea, his thoughts about Juventus and also Locatelli, as a lot of people. I want to know your thoughts because you watch Serie A and stuff like that as well. So I want to know your thoughts as Locatelli, and you watch the national team. What are your thoughts about Locatelli and of course Juventus? You can answer after.
Yeah, Locatelli's got some mistakes in him. There's no doubt about that. I quite like him though as a player. I think he's a pretty good midfielder. I think he's very well-rounded. Maybe week by week he's not incredible. And yeah, there are some pretty costly mistakes that like you said, stopped you from getting in the top 4 last season. But I still think he's over the years he's been there a long time, and during that time, he's been one of the better players in the club. I would say the best midfielder. So yeah, I quite like Locatelli, and you've got to think about the fact that I know this is a while ago now, but he won the Euros. He was an incredible player in that tournament, and he deserves. I think he deserves more respect than he gets.
He deserves nothing. He needs to work for it. He deserves nothing.
The thing with me, Andrea, in which during that Euros, he was a different player than he is when Juve signed him, obviously. But the problem is when you put on that captain's armband for Juve, it becomes a whole different responsibility. And also, like when you're coming from the microphone, the things that he says, I'm like, that's not. This is exactly why, in my opinion, that we needed more experienced players. Because this Locatelli, he's not captain material.
I disagree. I kind of disagree with the whole captain thing right now because he perfectly represents your club. It's a mid club that has a mid captain.
No. Here we go. No, it's not a perfect marriage. This is why we need him to go. In my opinion, we need him to go.
This actually when Dom just said that, it reminds me of when Harry Maguire got appointed captain of Man United. That's how your club is just taking a step down. I'm being serious. You see it, right? You see it happen little by little, and like now Locatelli is the captain of Juve. It's like, wow, this is what we've come to.
What a fall.
I just wanted to address this question real quick. Since he's on stream, McTominay, first season on the Conte, we all know, Superman, like crazy. Second season, not as effective because Conte was trying to find a way to fit the Fab Four in there with KDB. I'm very curious to see how Allegri is going to use McTominay. I'm predicting I don't think McTominay will have another MVP season like he did, but I am expecting him to be a lot more effective than he was last season. I think Allegri's going to he's gonna find a way. He's gonna get max potential out of McTominay. But I love McTominay. Just wanted to address that just in case he left and we didn't answer his question. All right. Leo, you're going to say something else before Gio continues?
I was actually going to ask Andrea a question. What is the Palermo perspective of Juventus? Like, how do you guys see Juve? Like, especially with giving them players and stuff like that. How's that relationship been like? There's been a lot of players that have transferred directly between Palermo and Juventus, so there's a good relationship from a financial perspective. But if we're talking outside of the financial aspects, the thing about Palermo, I mean, there was something you said the other day, Dom, when we played them in a friendly. You said Palermo played against. Or Juventus played against the team where all their fans are from.
Yeah,
and it's very true. I mean, look, we've got Gio who's Sicilian and he's supporting Juventus. Yeah. I have a lot of Sicilian. Sicilian family members who support Juventus. They're kind of Juventus fans get mad at me for saying this, but they're kind of like the Man United of Italy. They've got fans all over the country who have nothing to do with Turin, but they support Juventus. It's slightly different with Juventus compared to Man United. They have their reasons for having so many fans around the country, but it's I don't know, it's a bit annoying for me, as a Palermitano to see my dad's cousins and things like that, supporting Juventus when they're from Palermo. I think it doesn't really sit well with me. But it doesn't change my impression of the club. Juventus, as much as I don't like to say it, they are historically the biggest team in Italy. So they deserve the respect for that.
Absolutely not, because
Absolutely yes. Thank you, Andrea.
You got caught 2 times for cheating. We don't even know how many other times you didn't get caught for.
Here we go.
Clean. It's
we're clean. We're clean. Don't worry about it. We're clean.
It's like you get a degree in Harvard, right? But you cheated your whole way to that degree. Why would I give you any respect? Absolutely not. Absolutely.
I mean, it really is a slap on the wrist taking 2
I see what you're saying, but there are Juventus are kind of a scapegoat in that in the whole cheating thing. There's so many Italian teams cheating, and Juventus tend to get punished very hard for it and made an example out of them. Juventus have had their dodgy dealings with referees and things like that, but they're definitely not the only guilty party when it comes to Italian football. It's pretty corrupt from top to bottom. So I think putting it all on Juventus and taking their accolades away, it's not. I don't think it's that fair, really.
I think they absolutely deserve it. I think they should go back to Serie B where they belong. And I think we should bring up Palermo. That's what I think. Andrea, I'm getting some vibes.
Yeah, I can get on board with that.
Andrea, I'm getting some vibes that you're a Juventus fan as well. You've been out here defending them all.
Hey, we're long lost cousins for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
If Palermo go up, if Palermo go up and Juve go down, Juve fans still have a team to support. It's not like they're going to lose anything.
Okay, Doodle. Okay.
Look, I give respect to Juventus. I was giving respect to Inter earlier. I'm not trying to bait everyone like you guys seem to do all the time. So. I actually, while we're still talking about Juve, I actually had one question for Gio. There's been a lot of talk in the mercato this summer about Juventus's goalkeeper situation. Obviously, you want to replace Di Gregorio because it's like having a scarecrow in goal. But what I don't understand, for the last few years, why not give Mattia Perin a chance? He's a goalkeeper that's proved himself in Serie A over the last 10 to 15 years for multiple clubs. I don't understand why not give him the number 1 spot.
I agree with you on the Mattia Perin, because there's even a lot of points last season where he actually started under Spalletti, and we actually had a lot of better games than when we had Di Gregorio starting. And if we would have possibly started against Inter that game, maybe we wouldn't have given away that goal against them. And there's so many possibilities. But like I said, Perrin has been always a good goalkeeper. I just don't think, and I don't understand why we just never gave him the chance for him to be in that number 1 spot, especially because he is the most experienced, along with basically Pinsoglio, throughout the whole entire team, because he's also been at the club since that dynasty that we had with the 9 in a row. So I just don't understand that part from the club, and I feel bad for Perrin, because it's even at some point in the mercato, we were pushing him away, and I would listen if I would give him a chance 100%, but I just don't know. Maybe Spalletti has other plans, but I mean, I guarantee you he's going to trust, especially if their goalkeeper situation is not going to work out with Vicario either, because like I said, that whole transfer is kind of the same as I said with Di Gregorio. So I would like to see Perrin this season get more starts, especially if he could rotate. Obviously, if Vicario is doing well, okay, then that's bad. But I would like to see Mattia Perrin as well get more starts, especially because you would start in the Copa or in Europe, for example. That's what Juve would do, start their second goalkeeper in Europe or in the Copa. But in my opinion, I think it should be more as well on who is more on top of their game. In my opinion, that's why I think there needs to be that competitiveness there between both goalkeepers, and I think that was another big problem last season and a couple of seasons before that too. And that's why some of our goalkeepers just haven't been as good as Szczesny and Buffon.
Oh, Andrea, you have a question up here, guys. While Andrea answers this, check the private chat when you guys can.
If I had a soft spot for one club in Serie A, I think I've got to say, as a Palermo fan, I would go with Roma, just because We've always had a good relationship with Roma fans, and since I've been running Rosanero UK, I've seen a lot of positive comments from Roma fans. There's obviously the connection with Paulo Dybala. There's been several players in the past who have played for both of our clubs, and I am a massive fan of Francesco Totti. I think he's one of the best number 10s in the history of the sport. I don't think he gets, obviously he is credited a lot, but I don't think he gets quite enough credit for what he's done in the sport.
Even Maradona said he was the greatest player he's ever seen.
There you go. Yeah, no, he was an incredible talent. But I think because he played for Roma and not a bigger club, didn't accept a move to like Real Madrid, who wanted him famously. I don't think he really gets the credit he deserves. And being a one club player, even in the era that he played, it was already starting to become very rare that people started chasing these big money moves around the time he was playing in the 2000s, and he rejected that. A lot like Del Piero with Juventus, he wanted to stay in his prime in one club instead of just moving around every year and collecting these big checks. And that's something I can really respect. So yeah, for those reasons, I would have to go with Roma above anyone else.
Oh, you heard him, Roma fans. Palermo's rooting for you guys to win the Scudetto this season. Andrea, since I called you out about being possibly a Juventino, I think you switched up your answer. I think you're trying to fool me, but I'm watching you. I
know I've got the stripes here, but I'm no Juventino.
Right on. There's really no Juventino here in the room. You got two Palermo fans, and the rest are
Hey, listen, respect over here, this guy, bro. Oh my God.
Big up, Paco. Big up, brother.
Big up.
All right, and you guys got anything else for Gio on Juventus before we move to Atalanta?
I think
right.
We're good. I think we're good.
Let's move on to Atalanta. What do you got, Asir?
All right, let's make this quick. Our last preseason game happened, and we beat Athletic Bilbao 1-0, and Zalewski scored a beautiful goal, to be honest. I've not seen him use his left foot in a while, but hey, great goal. And Scalvini, man of the match. I'm glad that we've managed to keep him for now, because I think he'll be one of the standout players under Sarri for this season. And overall, in preseason, we won all but one game. It was against Feyenoord. We lost 2-1. But apart from that, we beat Schalke 3-0. We beat we beat Arezzo 2-1. We beat some lower tier teams here or there. I think the system that Sarri's using works with certain players, like most of them. Gaetano got 4 assists in this preseason, which great. I mean, if he can start most games, I'll be happy with that, considering he fits Sarri's system well, as we've seen as I've seen at least throughout the games. Surprisingly, Bellanova's been one of the better players in the preseason, but I won't get fooled, because I've seen players impress in preseason and then go into the actual season and play like shit. So I still think he'll be one of them, and I'll be talking about Bellanova later.
Yeah.
I hope so.
The graphic designer, oh man.
Yeah, I hope he got sacked. The second he made them kits.
Yeah, he's the guy that made Inter's third kit.
Yeah, he made that.
Bro, did we hire him? Yeah, we might have hired him.
Yeah, that's my thing from release.
Wow.
Talking about a club that always has some nice kits, and I don't think they get mentioned enough. Palermo, bro. Palermo always has some nice kits, bro. So,
we are Fashionista FC.
Yeah, bro. It's the Southern, bro. The Southerners, we got that. The best food, the best style. And what you got up there doing? What do you got up there on the border? Up there on the border, bro. You guys are like in the mountains, bro. Yeah.
Listen, we got
the espresso tastes like cheeks up there, bro.
Listen. To be fair, you can't say nothing about our kids. They're actually pretty good this season, but yeah. Other than that, wait, listen, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you have a
we've been
pink kid,
good.
you know,
know what I
you're
mean?
giving respect to Palermo. You know,
Of course,
pink kid,
of
it's
course, we give respect to Palermo, but not to you. Not to you, Doodle. Not
No,
to
I'm
Ether,
saying,
you know,
you're
not to
giving the
Ether
respect
over
to
there.
them. Remember your
you know,
roots.
of course,
You
my
and
long
your
lost
club,
cousin,
guys.
right, Andrea, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we go back, way back.
We go back way back. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love
Hey,
it.
Ashley, you got anything else for Atalanta?
I mean, yeah. Like,
All
I
right,
mean,
press on, bro. Press on. Take
all
the
right.
floor.
Yeah, that's the preseason over. Our next game is on Thursday, this Thursday against Hapoel Tel Aviv in the Conference League. I will not say too much on them because personally I don't think they should be playing. But and it's weird that we have the first game at home, considering we're the seeded team. I've said that like a bunch of times, but I can't wait to fully watch this game and against a weaker team and see how the system plays out, see who impresses, see who will do well for the season. It's like a platform basically, and yeah, I can't wait to see the boys back, and we should win easily. Like I'm saying, like a clean 4-0 win for that game, and yeah, onto the transfers, which again I've just read that we've been the second least active in the transfer window for
Who's
Serie
the first?
by Lecce. The second least active. We only got 2 players as of now. They're both good players, but I don't like how they're both going to be like.
How are we not leading that race? I mean, we only signed what, 1 or 2? I don't know. Go on though. We'll get to Napoli in a minute.
Like 3 apparently.
Yeah.
Wow.
That right back, Badiashile, whatever. Anyways, now anyway to the transfers. We're apparently back for Savona from Nottingham Forest. It'll be a 5-year deal, and we've accepted we've done a bid with Forest apparently. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of the signing. I believe he's injured. Actually, he hasn't played a game since January. But in a back 4 where you need 1 offensive fullback and 1 defensive, I think Savona will fit in there as the defensive option. Considering Bernasconi, our left back, loves to go forward, and usually that leaves us exposed, like against Bayern Munich, where we've done the 4-back and we conceded 6. So I see the idea of bringing Savona, but realistically, he hasn't played that often, apart from a good stretch in like before the new year for Nottingham Forest. So that's a bit concerning, but I won't be mad at an extra addition. And we mentioned Bellanova. Fulham apparently want him, but apparently we've rejected an offer worth 25 million, which again I don't like the guy. We should have accepted it, and we better hope that the preseason this guy's having carries on to the actual season, because if that doesn't happen, then we're gonna look like fools rejecting that transfer bid for a relatively mid player at the best. And recently we've been linked to some Swedish forward called Charlie Rosenqvist. He's 19. He got 7 goals in the Swedish league last season, and I've been sent some. We've been sent some edit of him. He reminds me of a certain Danish guy that we signed a few years back from the Austrian league, and he's now one of the best forwards in Serie A. When he moves the same way and scores some goals, I'll be happy with this, considering and he's a winger. So when we need a winger, and we haven't really got active in the winger market, considering every alternative that we got has now been snatched, and now recently Fofana is going to Roma, and yeah, I like that deal, the Swedish guy, and hopefully we get that sealed because he looks promising early, and yeah, I think that's all I got for the transfers.
Feels good to get snatched, huh? Doesn't feel good, huh? Yeah, it feels good to know how your stuff.
We haven't done shit.
I mean, you know, you guys Atalanta, oh my gosh,
it's a big karma, no? Gio, don't you think it's a bit of a karma?
100%. 100%.
I don't know if it's karma.
100%. They deserve
Oh,
all the
I
karma
remember
they
you in the group chats laughing when you were dangling players in front of Inter's face. You were just laughing, loving it.
Yeah.
Could they, now it's your turn. So, it's karma, brother. It's what it is, what it is. Now you know how it feels, bro. You know how it feels that no one wants to give you any players, bro. Sorry to hear that. Not sorry. Not sorry.
Not
Really
sorry
not
for your
sorry.
club bastards. Not sorry.
Again,
You
remind you of the last time you purchased your player.
Oh, there you go.
It is what it is.
Oh, Juventus fans want to talk to me about racists. When was the last time you guys finished second? Huh? When was the last time you guys finished second? Go enjoy Iceland on a Thursday cold night in the Europa League, bro. You got a little fan up in here, RB, laughing and so where you guys playing? You guys play? I'm looking at the Champions League roster and I don't see you guys anywhere. So you're laughing about second place? Okay. Second place is Champions League, brother. That's all I gotta say. All right, moving on.
Damn, those freaking Iceland nights, bro. I can't believe I have to do that shit.
Oh, man, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Hey, you're gonna take some notes of countries we're going to. It's gonna be the same for y'all.
Yeah. Calm down, Asser. I get it. You won the Europa League at one point. Bro.
Yeah.
Now your objective is to win the
Reminder.
Bonsai Trio there, the Office Can Trophy. All right, the Office Can Trophy.
Speaking of, where's George? Where's George?
Yeah.
It was with Conte. You remember when Conte was coaching you guys in the Champions League, brother? Okay, moving on. I got bullets for you all day, bro. I got a magazine waiting for you right here, bro. Keep going. Anyways, I like this Moon guy. Yeah, Moon. I'm the sun.
Moon.
All right, let's go.
You're shining onto him?
Wow.
What's that?
You're shining onto him like a sun.
Wow.
You're enlightening him. Yeah.
We won the UEFA, bro. That was the Europa when it actually meant something. How about you guys try to win the Europa? How about you guys try to?
Yeah.
Biggest club in Italy. When was the last time you won the Champions League? See, I don't claim that Napoli is the biggest club in Italy, but you guys claim that you are. So win a Champions League.
He's a Man City friend, this guy.
Oh, this guy.
Wait, what?
Same thing. Same thing. It's the same thing. Oh man, I love you guys in the chat. It's all love. It's all banter at the end of the day. Asa, you got anything else about Atalanta before we ask you some questions?
Overall, like preseason again, I'm pretty optimistic, but not that optimistic. I've heard someone say we're dark horses for the title.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Let's not
go get checked.
Yeah. No, a certain network has Juventus winning the Scudetto. You know what I'm saying? The network that we tune into to watch Serie A. That's
no way.
That's all.
Wait, who has,
Does it rhyme with PBS?
Bro, no way he was on.
No way they actually have.
You gotta come
I'll send you guys. I'll send you guys the clip at the end of the show.
You gotta send it to me because that is wild. That is wild.
Winning game.
That is a wild.
And they got Como finishing 9th.
Okay, 9th is a bit. 9th is a bit out of hand.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Man,
Yikes.
you gotta love it. You got big up. He was the one that showed me the clip, bro. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that. Juventus winning the Scudetto, Como finishing in 9th. I don't know what else they predicted up in there, but yeah, crazy times.
Anyways, as I said, I'm pretty optimistic, regardless of the fact we haven't done shit in the market, and I'm still looking forward to the season overall.
Hopefully you guys don't do nothing in the market. I just want you guys to suffer.
We'll keep our
after those, and not just that, but I think Doodoo too wants you guys to suffer after that.
And I'm not like that.
All right, we'll keep our players then.
I don't care about it.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, okay, Doodoo. Okay.
they're from the same region as us anyway. Like, why would I really wish?
Yeah,
bad
I mean
on
they
them?
had
It's
the same
Atalanta,
colors
man.
as you. They probably I
Yeah.
don't know.
So we
Yeah,
probably did hire their graphics designer.
Maybe.
Thanks him over. That's our latest scam. That's our latest scam to y'all.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
You know,
latest scam to y'all.
you know, Atalanta did win a European title more recently than Inter has. I'm just saying.
True, they did. Yeah, not wrong.
Right.
More recently than Juventus as well, and Milan. So
That's
And
true.
to add to that, Inter actually had an opportunity in this decade.
Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Hey, no, not twice, not twice, three times, Doodle.
No, he's
not
talking about
twice,
Europa
three
League.
times. Yeah,
He's
Europa
talking
League
about
too.
Europa
You guys, Europa League and
Hey,
the
in our
Champions League
defense,
twice.
in our
It
defense,
won-
yeah.
Woo!
No, see, in our defense, yeah, we had Conte as coach, Conte in Europe, and we played against Sevilla, and Sevilla in Europa League. I don't think I need to explain. So,
Yeah, but hey, listen, Conte got you to a final though.
Yeah, you know why? Because it was one
That
leg. It
is
was
true.
COVID. We had nothing to play for. Conte in Europe, bro.
Nah.
Bro, I'm enjoying it. What do you mean?
All right. Well, anybody got anything for Asir, for Atalanta before we move on to Napoli? And that's our last topic for tonight.
Asir, I really want to know what your expectations are for your promising players like Scavini. And well, not so promising anymore, but I've been itching to see him succeed just because I like his profile of player, Scamacca. So I kind of want to know what you see in those two in this upcoming season. What you expect from them?
For them two, Scalvini, that's my goat.
Big 4-2 back there, I see it.
That's my goat. Yep, the 42. Yeah, he just got
issue him is the injuries, man. The injuries.
Bro. I hope, bro. I really hope he doesn't get as much this season, because for the last few years, he's had at least one or two big injuries that really stunk. But I hope this season he can stay fully fit, and if he does, then he'll be one of the best defenders in Serie A again next season. I just know it. As for Scamacca, it's a bit complicated with him because there's been rumors of him leaving a few times, and even this preseason he hasn't done well. But hey, he's a bagsman most of the time, and he's probably gonna stay. So I think he'll get a good 10 goals ish in the Serie A, and that's if he's starting most weeks, because Krstovic is not far behind at the moment, and right. The Swedish guy. So yeah, that's three good options there. So yeah, that's my expectations for them too, at least.
Awesome. Look at this guy. He said that Napoli that Juventus are rent free in Napoli's head, but he's dropping comments like this. He can't wait to hear about Napoli. Actually, I know. And okay, you're rent free in my head. Okay, brother. Okay, let's go into Napoli, guys. Leo, you have the floor. Open it up, brother.
Yes, sir. All right. So I think the headline the last 5 days were that we closed in on Badiashile. So right now, as it stands, obviously they're pending medicals, right? And the reason I highlighted that the deal might be in danger is because I saw a couple tweets that ADL still hasn't given the okay, right? And I'm pretty sure you saw that too, Dom. There are certain things with that deal that kind of concern me, right? I want to know the details, right? The $1 million in bonuses that they were saying, obviously the salary that we'll have to pay, and then is it an option to buy, or is it a mandatory clause? From what I'm seeing, it's an option.
It's an option.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, yeah. I just want to make sure that that's clear, because sometimes we don't know those full details until after the club announces the.
So the latest report from Di Marzio is that Napoli and Chelsea have finalized the latest deals, the latest details. The players expected to travel to Italy tomorrow, although it's unlikely he would be able to undergo his medicals the same day. So
okay.
It looks like it's happening. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, everything that's been reported looks like all the signs are that Badiashile is kind of come in, and he's going to be a good depth piece for us, because right now I think we know Allegri is going to take him in, and he's going to try to work him in and have him earn the starting spot if he's actually good enough to start in Serie A. Obviously, Ramani is going to be our rock. Buongiorno is gone until January, and we have Rafa Marin and Marianucci that could pair up right now with M. Bukama as well. So I'm just really interested to see where Badiashile comes and, is productive for us, right? In a way that he wasn't at Chelsea, because I've seen some of his highlight reels and he didn't look very good at Chelsea at the time there. He had some pretty decent games here and there, but just overall not what Chelsea was expecting. And I really hope that he comes to Serie A with a fresh mindset, just a reset button, right? Come here and, try to, rebuild yourself, rebrand yourself. So very welcoming of him, despite what all the Chelsea guys are saying, and really excited to see him in Napoli. For the next news, I have the Favasuli also been confirmed. It's been a couple weeks now since basically, hey, he's coming to Napoli. He's also getting his medicals done with Badiashile. So really excited for him. I think my biggest question for Favasuli, can he step up and fill in that role if, we need to give Di Lorenzo a break, right? For example, in a Coppa Italia or something like that, a midweek game, perhaps where we're going to need him, even if Di Lorenzo perhaps gets injured because of his age, right? He's getting up there. I think we kind of forget. I'll speak for myself. I feel like I'm taking Di Lorenzo a bit for granted in a way, because he's been such a solid player for us for now 8 years. It's like he's always shown up for us, right? And it's gonna happen. And I hope it doesn't. But age will always catch up. I think we need to prepare Favasuli as best as possible to be able to fill in his shoes. And I think that's a task that Allegri is going to have this season, is to incorporate Favasuli in there. We brought him in for a reason. He's young, right? He still needs to develop, and I see that this season's a good test for him. I see that is it. It's going to be a good. And now we spoke about it last week about Gutierrez being gone now, right? So it really does open that floor for a terzino, a right and left back, to really fill in the shoes there of an aging core. Spinazzola, again, 33, 34 years old. It's an aging squad. So I think that's why I'm really highlighting Favasuli as a big key coming in the transfer market. Next transfer piece. This transfer news has been going on for about a week and a half now. Gabriel Jesus coming from Arsenal, right? Smart move, unnecessary risk. What is it? Personally, I've already seen reports of him not really getting the salary that he wants, right? And I think we're pretty set on, hey, if he's asking for too much, we're not worried about it, right? I also saw a report not that long ago from Nico Schida saying that Lorenzo Luca had gained interest from Fiorentina. So if he's on the way out, that could open the door for Jesus. But that goes back to my point. I think Gabriel Jesus needs to accept his role coming to Napoli, right? Mm-hmm. If he's really looking for money, Saudi is that way, which I feel like he would go to a Saudi team and in a heartbeat. I feel like they would literally pick him up for a good salary. He'll join. So needs to understand that when he comes to Napoli, he's going to be an important part of the puzzle, right? Because he might not start. We're going to give Hoyland most of the minutes. Plus, he's injury-ridden, right? We know this. We know Jesus is a very injury-prone player. So I think it's appropriate for him to come off the bench, and we manage his minutes as such. So I think it'll be a great fit if we can really accept his role. Lorenzo Luca, I feel like it didn't work out, right? Like that first year was just awful. We tried to bring him in from Udinese and try to incorporate him as best as we could, and Conte couldn't really find it. I feel like Conte wanted Luca to be like a Lukaku type player, and it wasn't working. He wanted to just have his back to goal, just be a force. You're 6'8", 6'9" almost. Like, and I just don't know if that was really ever going to be. I think Luca's a great target man. He's a great guy to just put in the box, try to find a quick 1-2. And, we saw a little bit this preseason. He had some goals that were, just quick in the box, and he just shoot and score. So I think that Gabriel Jesus is a good replacement. I won't downplay that. It's just he needs to accept the terms. And then obviously the Martinelli news. I feel like you guys have been seeing this Martinelli smoke. This is all nonsense. I don't know what this Martinelli thing is.
Mountain bike sources. There you go.
Right.
Arsenal's demanding 50 mil for him, so we obviously know that's not happening.
Yeah, we know that's not happening. Like
50 million.
And it's not that I don't like Martinelli. I think he's a quality player. It's just it's not suiting us right now. It would be one of our most expensive transfers, and like that's just not going to happen with how much dead wood we have, man. Like I keep thinking, like I go to sleep and I have nightmares about Jesper Lindstrom being on our freaking squad. Like, it's like long overdue. We got to get rid of some of these players, But yeah, I think speaking of some of those players, Noah Lang, tremendous talent. I feel like, in my opinion, I'm really sad it didn't work out last year, and we had to loan him out to Galatasaray, and now this season.
Leo, give me a moment here, all right? Give me a moment. Sorry to cut you off. I'm gonna take a picture of this.
RB.
Oh,
what are you doing, bro?
This is like
RB.
Thank you. Yeah, go on.
Man.
This is the same guy that said that Juventus was gonna make it to the quarterfinals that season. Go on.
Oh,
damn. RB.
Anyways, yeah, man. Noah Lang, I feel like should be giving a second chance under Allegri. I feel like he should. If we're trying to get rid of him, we're trying to like sell him because we need, the financial means and the money. Like I completely get it. And Allegri is obviously doing that because he trusts that he can work with what he has. I'm okay with letting him go, but I still think that Noah Lang is a tremendous talent. I feel like he's a very crafty winger, right? If that front three is playing the way it was been playing in the preseason, which we saw a glimpse of a very offensive, Napoli. I think we can make some noise with Lang, and having already Santos and Giovanni and Højlund. I think it's a pretty good offensive attack going forward.
Yeah.
Man, talking about a little bit of transfer news here as well. I'll bring up a youth player, not a youth player anymore, but is a Napoli Academy graduate, Giuseppe Ambrosino, who plays for Modena. This guy, he's been just a very interesting player for me because it's sad that we've given the likes of, these are names you guys probably won't recognize, maybe some of you guys will, but Antonio Cioffi at one point started a game in Serie A for us. We've seen Gianluca Gaetano come up, also play in Serie A. We've seen Alessio Zerbin also play in Serie A. All these are academy players for us. Giuseppe Ambrosino has played for the national team on the U21 levels and U19s, and he's done very well. And also with when we loaned him out, like we've seen flashes of what he could be and what he can do, right? Yeah. And we have given him like the most protective treatment out of all the academy players. Like, I don't know if they want him to keep I don't know what it is. I don't get it. Like, he still hasn't played a Serie A, I could be mistaken. I've not seen him play a Serie A game with us. And plus, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's time. He just turned 22 this year. So it's like, I think it's time for him to be given a chance. And I think this goes back to The same topic, same trope Italy has been going on, not giving youth a chance, right? Not giving youth a chance. This goes right back to that. And just loan them out. Loan them out. They get which I'm glad there's no Milan representative here, but Camarda being back at Milan, that is big for Serie A. And I hope he stays there, and I hope he finds a level where he's the starting striker, not freaking Gonzalo Ramos, who was brought in for a record deal. It's like we're trying to grow the game here, but that's a whole nother topic. So yeah, the Giuseppe Ambrosino situation, I feel like I would love to see him get a chance. Obviously, he's gonna have to really up his game because we do consider our squad to be very talented, right? Especially up front, going up front. Antonio Vergara, one of the most successful academy graduates, right? So like, I'm really happy. I'm really proud that Vergara has come out to be what he is. So I'm rooting. I always root for our academy players. Like I really want to see like Napoli always have at least one academy player that's going to be involved. And I'm just so glad that we got Vergara in there now. Hopefully he can erase the ghost of Lorenzo Insigne, because we know how we feel about him, Dom. The ghost of Lorenzo Insigne, which for the record, he is one of my favorite players, but I got
all the players out of all the players we've had. How does he crack top 5 for you?
I mean, it's one of those players that he put up numbers, right? You don't just put up those numbers. Like, he didn't win with us. I get it. I understand that, which he did win, but like not the most important. And I feel like everybody wanted to see Lorenzo be the leader that he could be to lead them to Serie A. And then
he was a horrible captain, probably had 2 good seasons.
And I get it.
He was a part of the mutiny.
Yeah.
I get it. But when we have that nostalgia, right, of Mertens, Callejon, Insigne, we also got to remember he was a part of that. You know what I'm saying?
I absolutely do not remember him. I remember Mertens. I remember Hamsik. I remember Gavani. I remember those guys. I don't remember the guy that tried to set up a mutiny in my club. I do not. And then left to Canada, out of all places, went to Canada. I
knew this was not going to be a popular opinion. I knew it, but I'm going to set it straight, and I'm going to be objective about the fact that he was not a good leader. I saw it happen, and you know what? I'll throw myself under the bus even more for other sports. I've been fan of players that have not been the best at the team game, right? I've been a fan of seeing Lavezzi.
You know our players, huh? You know a lot about Napoli, don't you, my Juventino friend? Huh? Rent free up in the house. Hey, keep naming them. Who else? You know a lot about Napoli, huh?
Look at that. Yeah. So he's one of them. He's not the favorite player. Just to get that record straight, like. But yeah, just because he's also a Napolitan native, and it means something,
Yeah.
Moving on though.
I thought there was not a rivalry though. Why are you saying enemy? I thought there was no rivalry. Why are you saying enemy?
Oh, thank you, Doodle. Thank you, Doodle.
Enemy.
Thank you. Look at this face. Look at this bum.
Nah, Dom. When I said I had to point it out. I had to point it out.
Wow.
Thank you, Doodle.
Come on. Wow.
I have one thing to say before we go into the Genoa preview. Now that Andrea is here, I feel like it's only appropriate to mention that the derby of the South is Palermo Napoli. I would say if they come back up, I feel like that is the derby of the South of Italy, easily.
There's a lot of history. There's a lot of history outside of the sport involving these two places. See, this is why us Americans over here, we just think about the ball and the ball and the goal and the net. That's all we think about. We don't know the history in there. There's history that makes rivalries, right? Y'all might want to learn something today, Nick.
The kingdom of the two Sicilies. The Derby of the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. So,
yeah, bro.
Which, by the way, I got a neat picture of this. This is in Napoli, so it's not forgotten.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
So yeah, I think it'd be really interesting to see Palermo Napoli rivalry.
I would love to do a watch along. I would love to do a watch along with Andrea, bro. Oh, let's
been a
do
lot of
it.
good in our last few appearances in Serie A. There's been a lot of good, close, competitive games, like high-scoring games with Napoli.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, if we're talking about Southern derbies, this probably isn't going to happen for a while. But back in the day, we used to have Palermo Catania, and that was one of the more heated rivalries in all of Italy.
Yeah,
that's something I really miss.
Yeah, man. No, it's yeah, okay, brother. No, right? No, for real. I that's why I hope you guys come up. And I'm gonna tell you something, Andrea. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't know how many supporters you have currently, like that show up. But if you make Serie A, prepare those numbers to double, because all the Juventini are gonna come out and they're gonna all of a sudden start supporting Palermo. Watch. So it's only gonna benefit you guys. Jerseys will be sold. A lot of Juventini are gonna be on the streets buying those Palermo jerseys. Trust me. So it's all good. You're gonna make money. You're gonna have a lot more supporters. Go. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun, right, Gio? You be the first one to buy that jersey.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say, Andrea, I have a few friends who are Manchester City fans, and ever since the City Group took over Palermo, they have been right there waiting. They are literally waiting to root on Palermo in Serie A. So it's happening. It's happening. I'm telling you, you guys will have an increase in fans. So
yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, get Venezia out of here, bro. Get Venezia out of here. Bring in Palermo. Hey, they're the real sexy kids, bro. The real sexy kids. But all right. Before you go into the next topic with Napoli, the last one, just a couple of things. Di Lorenzo, I think it's been his time to bye-bye, because defensively, 1v1, he has gotten cooked.
Yes.
Cooked, especially in Europe. Cooked. Like you had to have Politano backtrack, hold his hand, hold this man's hand, and he still was poor on the defensive end. I don't know what Allegri's going to do with him. I know Allegri's known to turn back lines around. He did it at Milan. I'm optimistic about it. But Di Lorenzo, Favasuli is a perfect time for him to come in, because he is going to carry that position down the road. About Luca and Lang, the problem is if we go for Gabriel Jesus, we have to sell both of them. Not just one, both have to go. So rumors are now 50% saying Luke and Lang might stay. So that pulls Gabriel out of the equation. Some are saying that Luca might stay, Lang might be sold, still won't get Gabriel. So both of them would have to leave in order for that to happen. At least that's what the club has voiced to the press. Also, a big news is that Mana supposedly said that this week he is going to do all he needs to do to get rid of his dead weight. I don't know what the number of players are. I think they're 5, but he has to get to work. Yeah. So that's a big issue. My main concern with Napoli is we have 2 fullbacks over 30 that are starting. That is my main concern. And also our top center back that we paid 40 million for is chilling at home, eating pizza till January. So that's pretty much all my concerns with Napoli, because my midfield, our midfield, healthy, is talented, and we have the depth. in our front attack, forget about it. I have a feeling our front attack is going to be doing amazing. I know it's a friendly. I really don't rate friendlies, but when you shove 6 goals down your opponent's throat in the last friendly and you got Luka scoring braces, you know, those are good signs. Those are good signs. So that's pretty much all I have about Napoli. If we stay healthy, I think we contend for the Scudetto. I really do think we contend for the Scudetto. I think the only reason we didn't give Inter a hard time last season is because we had 48 injuries. But at the end of the day, it's not like Inter came in and took a bat to our players' legs and cheated their way to the Scudetto. No. Conte destroyed this team, and our medical team didn't know how to give these guys proper rehab. So medical guy got fired. Big news. The top medical doctor of our medical staff, he's fired. We got a new guy in. Allegri's training is not as rigorous as Conte's. It's more technical, more play on the ball. So with these factors coming in, these equations coming in, these ingredients coming into the recipe, because I like calling it a recipe. Winning a Scudetto is a recipe. It's not 1 or 2 ingredients. So I'm feeling optimistic. I'm looking around on podcasts. I'm looking around on CBS. I'm looking around all over the place. And probably one of them has Napoli making top 4. Okay, I like those odds. Call me the underdog. Let's lock in. And let's prove these guys wrong once again. I expect the title this season, whether it be the Scudetto or the Coppa Italia. If Allegri can't turn this Napoli around with the talent that he has, then he is washed. And it's time for him to retire.
Yeah.
But I do have a feeling that Allegri is going to surprise people. But let them sleep on us. Think about Roma. Think about Como. Think about Milan. Hey, think about Juventus if you want to. Keep me out of the topic for Scudetto contenders. I don't want to hear about it on the press. I want these boys just to go out there and play ball. And we'll talk when May comes around. That's all I got.
Yes, sir. By the way, I want to give a quick shout out to Rafa Marin. Rafa Marin. I'm one of the Gio.
What were you saying about her?
Not happy.
Juventus?
Not happy now.
What
Not
were you
happy
saying about that in the
now.
video?
I'm not happy now. Not happy now. Nah.
You know what happened? You know what happened, guys? Real quick summary, right? Gio took her to a nice southern Italian restaurant where the owner was Napoli fan, and it was just southern Napoli style food.
Oh boy.
And as soon as he did that, and she saw the jerseys on the wall, she's like, Napoli has to be cool. So we just got a fan right there. Thank you, Gio.
No. You're a fraud.
At least someone's speaking to
Wow.
the southern roots, no?
Wow.
At least someone is speaking to the southern roots.
Gio, it's never too late. It's never too late.
No.
You know my story.
Listen, Fino alla fine, Forza Juve for life, bro. You know this. You know you were a Juve fan at one point. You should know this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Till the end, that's it, bro.
He did.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it this question right here. I am going to give it to Napoli because we have Allegri. I'm gonna give it to Napoli because we have Allegri. Because if Allegri could turn Milan's back line completely around, which he did, even Milan fans have to admit this. If he could do that with our back line, which isn't as bad as theirs, I got my defense higher than Juventus. Even though some Juventini say they have the best pairing in all of Italy.
And Dom, let's respect our rock, Ramani. I mean, he is that's our rock, you know. Like I feel like he's been so solid that you put a good center back next to him, they look good both.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
so,
I mean, even our fan base, a lot of our fans still like forget what Ramani has done. I remember last season we were begging for him to come back to help our back line, and he did. He came up, he showed up. All of a sudden, he's back to being mid. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how people forget what Ramani has done for the squad. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're gonna see what happens.
I used to hate him, by the way. I used to. Oh,
yeah, you're a Ramani hater. Yeah,
I was. But I started realizing, I saw the light.
and he could
It's just
score.
people
He
used to
scored in
say-
that. You saw that banger he scored in that friendly, and he could score headers and bangers from outside the box. Let me know when. What's his name? Your new center back. What's his name?
Lucumí.
Yeah, when he starts doing that in Serie A, let me know.
Lucumí.
All right. You wanted to go into some the friendly, Leo, before we wrap up?
Well, yeah, the opener against Genoa.
Oh yeah, the opener.
Kind of wanted to set expectations for that game and predictions, I guess. So I think the expectation is for the I'm Allegri. I'm going into that game, and the expectation is keeping a clean sheet. That has to be like number one, because I feel like if they can take care of that, they're gonna bang at least one in. And history and Allegri's coaching style says that that's kind of what he aims for, is that one goal. And I don't want to say park the bus, because I feel like that's too general and overplayed with Allegri.
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening to
You go.
Keep going.
Keep going.
But yeah, I feel like a good result would be like a 2-0 against Genoa.
Hey, you heard it. Leo, you got it right here. If the food's good, the team must be good, bro. That she's our lucky charm
now,
for
Leo.
Saturday. She's our lucky charm for Saturday. There you go.
Oh, I hope she's your jinx.
Well
We'll
done,
see.
Gio. You made it.
I hope she's your jinx. Oh my god.
We'll see. Don't worry, we just clipped this, Gio, just in case we do when we're coming back to this. You hater. All right, go on, Leo. Sorry to cut you off.
No, but yeah, I feel like a good 2-0 victory against Genoa is probably the expectation, right? Genoa has not looked good this preseason. I saw some of the things they've been doing.
They lost like 10-1, I think, to Bournemouth or something.
Yeah, they were really bad.
They did. So yeah, granted, it's preseason first game,
Yeah,
but
10 goals. Wow.
that's unreal.
They must have played. They must have played some. Maybe some of us were on the pitch for them. Maybe some people from.
So yeah, I mean, if that's the case, if they're really that bad, if we go into match day 1 and they just look awful, like we better bang in minimum 4.
Wow.
At minimum 4. So that's the precedent I'm setting for Napoli for at least match day 1, and from there we'll see what needs to be improved and where we need to go. But yeah. What about you, Dom?
I just want to win. I have this mindset for this season now that Allegri's my coach. I hope he does bring back some of that attacking football that he had at Juventus in his first run. I think he will, but I'm mentally prepared, right? Because if you're prepared for something stale, right? If a plate of food arrives to your table and you think it's gonna be stale, there's not gonna be much taste to it, but then there's taste, it hits differently. But if it is stale, you expected it. So that's kind of like where I'm at with Napoli's Allegri's Napoli right now.
Fair.
I absolutely expect a win on Saturday. I think we will dominate. I don't know about 4 goals because Allegri will score 1 or 2 goals. He did it in the friendly a couple of times, score 1 or 2 goals, and then he sits back. So we'll see. But sitting back does not mean we don't attack anymore because he likes to bounce people on the counter.
Right.
We're going to see what happens. I want to win. If Allegri could bring me some attacking football, even great. Even better, because then there's a lot of haters out here that I'm going to come and I'm going to collect my receipts on. But if he wins and it's not the most beautiful football, I'm totally fine with it because I had Sarri for 3-4 seasons, and the only thing I won was entertainment. We played the best attacking football in all of Europe, but we won absolutely nothing.
Right.
So if we're gonna scrape 1-0, 2-0, and it takes us up there to fight for the Scudetto and go deep in multiple comps, I'm all with it, brother. I'm truly am, because I just mentally prepared myself for that. So yeah. 4 goals would be nice though, bro. 4 goals would be nice. Yeah. Anybody have anything else on Napoli? Panel members, chat. Yeah,
Nothing,
exactly that order. Exactly that order. Yep.
Nothing really, but I do have a question for Andrea about Napoli and about the appointment of Allegri. Do you think that Allegri's appointment suits Napoli, or do you think that they should have went after a different coach?
Good question.
I don't think it suits them that well, to be honest, with the style that Napoli play. I don't think Allegri is a good fit. I think it's just sort of that trend of the big Italian teams cycling through the big Italian managers. I can't see him doing that well. I think they'll struggle to get top four. Just with the clash of styles between how Napoli usually play and what we know Allegri's style to be. He works well at Juventus for a reason. His style fits their style of play very well. I wasn't a huge fan of that appointment, if I'm being honest. And just while we're on Napoli, I think the Badiashile signing is not going to turn out great either. Just because, like you said, Leo, his experience, his time at Chelsea, he really wasn't great. He wasn't a starter, and when you're coming in playing sporadically in an important role like centre back, it's very easy to get rusty and make those mistakes. Mm-hmm. And centre back is a position where, unlike most positions, you've got to be really experienced to play well, to iron out those mistakes. You don't see a lot of defenders in their mid-20s performing at a high level like Badiashile. So I think he is really going to struggle in Serie A, where the defensive quality is so high. On the other hand, to say something good, I do think that Gabriel Jesus would be a very, very good signing. I think he would smash Serie A. I think he's very fast, good on the ball. He can pass the ball well. He can integrate into a lot of different styles. Man City and Arsenal changed their styles a bunch of times over the years while he was playing with them, and he always adjusted and managed to find a way to get minutes. So I think however Napoli play and whatever system or position they play him in, I think Gabriel Jesus is going to do really well. But overall, it's going to be a tough season for Napoli. I think it's going to be a struggle. But I could be wrong. Maybe maybe you'll be sat here in May celebrating the Scudetto or the Coppa Italia. Who knows? But I think it's going to be like 5th or 6th place for Napoli with Allegri.
Yeah. Okay. One thing that doesn't get mentioned a lot, but I feel like Chelsea has been a culprit of this. They have brought in a lot of young players that have seemed to miss a step in their career. And what I mean by that is Badiashile came from Monaco to Chelsea. That is a pretty big jump. I feel like if he would have done a jump like from Monaco to, for example, Napoli or a Serie A team, he would have done well at Serie A. I feel like the next step would have been the Premier League. And I see the roster of Chelsea, and they brought in all these young players for this boatload of money, right? And it's players that have missed that kind of like that step. They just went from a small club or a lower competition to
it's because of the money.
It's
because of the money that they own. Right.
Yep.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I think with Chelsea, it's their strategy since this Thomas Boehly came in. It's basically just throwing shit at a wall and seeing what sticks. That's all it is.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Wow.
They've got the money to do that, and they've got this Blueco group where they can send players off to Strasbourg or wherever to get minutes. But yeah, I agree. They keep signing these players that haven't really made a name for themselves. I think they're trying to find their own Kvaratskhelia just out of nowhere, and it's just not going to work. These big teams constantly try and sign loads of random players, and it just doesn't work out. So yeah, I always hope Chelsea. I hope for their downfall. Really, they had a genuine transfer window where they
did finish like 10th last season. So
yeah, there you go. They finished 12th a few years ago as well, and that in January of that season when they finished 12th, they spent more than all the Spanish teams combined, and I think maybe all the Italian teams combined. but they got away with it from a financial fair play perspective because they signed all these players like Enzo Fernandez, Mikhailo Mudryk on these 8-year contracts that they pay in massive installments. It's ridiculous. It's
imagine
very
an Italian club doing that. Like imagine a Serie A club doing that. Like oof. Like,
yeah, everyone would scream corruption, but when they do it, it's okay. It's disgusting, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I hope for Chelsea's downfall, like I said. And I hate those super rich teams spending like that. It really annoys me.
Yeah.
We're with you.
Hey, you have a question here, Asir?
First off, thanks for the donation.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the donation.
Second of all, it goes back to the 1920 season. I know it's relatively new, but like I was into football by then. So like they were in the group stage. They had 1 point after 4 games, and then they came back to go through. And then I was intrigued. So like I kept watching their games and shit like that, seeing players like Papu Gomez, Zapata, Ilicic.
Papu Gomez, bro.
What a trio. And then Luis Muriel on the bench. Then like the core of like Gosens, Attabor, Freuler. They were just so like connected, and it felt likable. And yeah, confirming the fact that they reached the quarterfinals, I've just been intrigued.
They were minutes away from a semifinal. People forget that they nearly beat PSG that year.
Bro, that
Very close.
Bro, the pain I felt then. Just 2 minutes. Anyways, since then I've been like intrigued, and yeah, I've watched more games as time went on, and yeah, now got a shirt and shit. So
yeah. He's also a Liverpool fan, guys. Just like
that's sort of like before I went deep in Serie A and stuff like that. So yeah.
Big up to Ass here, bro. Yeah, that Papu Gomez. I remember that squad. When they played Napoli with Sarri, bro. Those are some amazing games, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, we're about to wrap up the show. Andrea, bro, great having you, brother. We want to have you back. I have a couple ideas to throw your way for a different style episode, but we'd love to have you back. I am wishing your club the best this season. Would love to see you on that Serie A table next year.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun. I think it's definitely I've been around on some podcasts. This is definitely like the highest production value podcast I've been on. It's really good to see.
Appreciate it.
And yeah, I'll definitely come back on. Hopefully not at, I mean, what is it now? 4:20 in the morning, and I've got work in about 4 hours. So
oh man.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Probably not going to do this time again. But yeah, I would love to come back on this show. Definitely.
For real.
Yeah, man. No, and I appreciate you coming on, Andrea. You know, my long-lost cousin for a reason. You know, I love that. No, big up to, of course, everybody on the panel. Big up to everybody in the chat for all the donations and, of course, the comments in the chat as well and all the questions that you guys asked. I really appreciate it for tonight. And yeah.
Also, real quick, we have our big 100th anniversary show on Thursday, and we have the panel set. We have 3 special guests. We have Lex from Juventus, we have Martino from Milan, and we have Lucas from Napoli, big content creator and Instagram. We're all going to be sitting at the table. We have 3 solid topics that we're going to talk about, pass through, and yeah, can't wait for that show.
Yeah. And we do have a quick donation here.
You're gonna have to pay more than €2, bro. You're gonna have to pay a lot more than €2 for that, brother.
Don't worry, I'll say it for it, Mooney. I got it. Forza Juve. There you go. All right, there you go. I said it for you.
Oh, hey, pull up what Olivia said. Pull that one.
Yeah.
She also dominated.
Oh, she did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh no! Wow!
Yo, come on, man.
Let's go.
No, it's not happening. It's not happening.
You're a Southerner, aren't you?
Like you have any say in what she is going, what team she's gonna?
It's
stay in your lane, G. This big 2026, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
Nah, dude, she's got to support these colors, bro. What are you talking about?
The prison colors. Who wants to support?
No. The Death Star colors. You know.
Death Star. All right. What does that mean? The Death Star.
All right, guys.
All right, but big up to everybody. We're going to wrap up the show as well. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are in it. Road to 2K, people. Road to 2K. So big up to everybody. And stay tuned for the 100th episode, guys. Thursday, we're going to be live at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure to stay tuned in for that because that's going to be a really big show. So big up to everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.
Forza Napoli, Olivia.
Ciao. No, Forza Juve, Olivia. Forza Juve. Okay. Anyway.
She already made her pick.
Ciao.
Ciao.